Yards across America are filled with old stuff, piled up everywhere. My job is to sort through the rubble and uncover the hidden treasures of the yard sale. I sort through the trash and turn crap into cash. Hi, and welcome to Pickin Vegas. My name's Mike, and this is a show about the stuff I find at local yard sales, estate sales, and other places. This last weekend was pretty tough. I hit about 30 sales, but almost every one of them had nothing to buy. So it was a lot of persistence to get the stuff, but it did pay off really good. I got some great stuff to show you. So let's get started with the table shot and see what we got this week. Okay, so let's take a look at all the items we got this last week. We're going to start up here with this neat old metal globe. And normally I wouldn't buy a globe. There's a zillion globes, but this one's kind of interesting. It's got a lot of age and it looks like it might be some kind of a game or something. So I got it for $2. Pretty cool little item. Next is this Rolling Stone gift set, and it's Crystal Head vodka. It's brand new and sealed. I do know that brand of vodka is expensive, so we got it for $7. Seemed like a good deal, so we'll see how that works out. Next is this Madonna record. We haven't found many records yet, but we do buy them, and they do sell really good in our antique booth. So we only got one this week, and it's Madonna, and she was $1, so not too bad. Next is a whole bunch of these Iron Man and Avengers guys. We got all of them for $1 each. Same thing with the little Darth Vader guy there. It was $1 each. And these guys, again, are really good antique store items. Next up is the Mickey Mouse. He's still got his tag. I think we paid $2 for him. Mickey, Disney, can never go wrong with this stuff. And then I was at a sale of a guy I buy from on a regular basis, and he's in the process of moving and was getting rid of some odds and ends and weird things, and he told me to buy this stuff. It's some Japanese Hina. He said it's really valuable. I paid him, I think, $25 for everything. So, and then next was this little Lamborghini car. Picked that up for $1. And this next pile of stuff, all these video games, the brand new Hot Wheels, the 2 DVD sets, Pimp My Ride and Pee-wee's Playhouse. I got all of these 30 items at one sale for $20 for everything. Some of this stuff's just good low dollar things for my antique booth, but some of these video games may work out to be worth some money, so kind of excited to see what those turn out to be. Next up is this cool Michelob pitcher and glass set. It's kind of a little mini pitcher and kind of small glasses, I would guess about 6 ounces, but kind of cool thing. Never seen something like that. So it's $5, so we sell a lot of kind of beer stuff, so that'll do pretty good, I think. And speaking of beer, I got this whole collection of beer handles for draft beers, and I got the whole collection for $50. I think there's 16 of them, so it's roughly $3 each. So I think there's a couple bucks to make on those guys. And then back over here is these interesting little Pez NFL guys. We got a Raiders and a Dolphins. Seems kind of strange thing for kids for being in the NFL, so I think these might have some possibility of being worth something. We got them for $1 each, so can't go too wrong. And then down here on the ground, picked up this neat vintage Tamiya Hornet RC car. Got the charger and the controller, and I know these old RC cars can have some value to them. I'll have to test it and check it all out and everything, but it was only $20, so I think there's some money to make on it. And then next is this whole big green bag full of coffee burlap bags. So some are from Ecuador, I saw, and Brazil, it looks like. I got the whole entire bag for $5, and there's close to 20 bags in there. And then we have the inflatable T-Rex costume. Never had one of these. Looks like a ton of fun to play with. I already saw the zipper's broken, so some repair required, but it should be really fun to play with once we get it fixed up. I got it for $2, so can't go wrong. And then down here, we got this really nice Denon receiver. This thing's super heavy. It's got HDMI on it. I got it for $20. Got a couple remotes with it, so hopefully it checks out and works good, and see how that goes, but it's definitely worth some money. These things always sell good. And next is this wig. It's a Marie Antoinette wig. Seems like an odd thing for me to buy, but I got it for $2, and it's a pretty neat quality thing. It may be good for a mannequin down the road or whatever, but it's a neat item, so I picked it up for $2. And then finally, we have all these toys. I got these at a Sunday yard sale of all things. a sale that was really picked over, but these two boxes were sitting under a table. One of them's a Kirby vacuum box, but I saw toys written on it, so I opened the box up, and the lady said, you can have everything there for $5. It was her grandson's, and she doesn't want it anymore. So, turns out this stuff is a bunch of really kind of cool toys. I'm not really familiar with what all these cars and guys are, but it looks like everything goes together. It did say something on one of these, like Nest or something. Let's see, I think this one says it, Mask. So we'll have to see what this stuff turns out to be, but these kind of 80s toys can sometimes be really valuable. And also mixed in that was this neat old Lego set, also probably from the 80s, I'm guessing, looking at it. So this stuff, again, a lot of potential for value if everything's in there anyway. So that wraps up the table shot for this week. Next, we'll go into a little more detail on some of this stuff, see if any of it's really valuable or not. And I'll see you in a minute. Okay, here we go. I've had a couple days now to check all this stuff out and research it, test it, and price it. And wow, what a lot of surprises I came across. This is quite a week. So we're going to start over here with this Crystal Skull Vodka set. It's a 50th anniversary Rolling Stones. It came with a double album, a CD double album anyway, some stickers, a special etched bottle topper for the Crystal Head Skull. And these things are quite collectible. They sell empty bottle and open for an easy $50 on eBay. So wow, what a surprise. We paid $7 for that. The Iron Man and Avengers guys, including Thor, Captain America, these guys, nothing super special here, but the $6 I paid for them should bring around $35, so quite happy with those guys. And even this Marie Antoinette wig, got it for $2, should bring an easy $20, so not too shabby there either. And then finally, this little globe I picked up for $2 actually is a 1950s game. It had little magnetic airplanes, and you had cards, and you would fly around, and it was a cool little thing from the 50s. And even without all the parts and pieces, just the globe brings an easy $25. So $2, $25. So overall, even these simple items just turned out really good. All right, next up is this set of beer tap handles that I bought. I bought the entire collection at once. Didn't really inspect any of them or look any of them up. I just shot the guy a price and bought them all. I've now had a chance to look these up, and some of them have turned out to be worth some money. These guys here, around $20 each. That would be the low side of eBay. And some of them didn't turn out very good. Like this one here has got some damage and cracks, so I only priced that at $3. So not that great on that one. But overall, they're going to do pretty good. I'm going to put them in my antique booth, and I expect near $200 for all of them. So my initial $50, pretty good investment. Really happy with these. Okay, next on the chopping block, we have all the video games and toys. I bought all of this stuff at once. It was just dumped in a tub, wasn't out on a table, wasn't displayed, wasn't priced. The lady told me $1 each, so I just started piling everything up. And I'm glad I did. Although most of these toys and these lower level things only turned out to be worth, you know, a few dollars, $5, some of them $8. This is where the money was. These are Nintendo GameCube games. I believe you can also play these in the Wii system as well. But holy cow, did these turn out good. We have one at $56, one at $44, one at $36, another at $35, another at $28, another $22, $17, $16, $14. What a find. We ended up with all this stuff being worth right around $400. Only paid $20. Super happy with these. This is going to make some money. Okay, next is this Denon receiver. I buy receivers when I can get them at the right price. They always sell good. So sometimes they don't bring a lot of money, $40 or something retail, but sometimes they can bring good money. It just depends how good they are. This one turned out to be good. This is a Denon. I've had a chance to hook it up and test it, and everything seems to be working great. I did look it up on eBay. They bring an easy $200 to $300, no problem. Even the remote control by itself is worth $50. So this thing was $2,000 when it was new. So it's a pretty high-end unit, and I do expect to get $200 to $300 for this as a local sale. Only paid $20 for it, so turned out really, really good. And here we have a Tamiya RC radio-controlled car. This guy is a vintage piece from the 1980s. They actually reproduce this now. Such a popular thing even back then. I can remember these as a kid. Everybody wanted one of these. I paid $20 for this one. It did come with the controller. It came with a battery charger. It came with the battery. And by some miracle, I kept getting lucky this week with the electronics, and this one's no exception. I plugged everything in, I charged the battery, and lo and behold, this thing works. So, very lucky here. Good eBay item, should bring around $100. I paid $20, quite happy with this. And here we have the Lego set. This is an old vintage set, 1980s era, and pretty darn valuable. If this set is complete, even used and opened, it's worth around $300. So, unfortunately for me, there's pieces missing. I did start to assemble this. I did find the manual online. It is missing the instruction manual, but it is online. And I will probably try and locate one. But even in this condition, it's an easy $50 all day long. So I may look into putting the rest of it together and see if I can order the pieces and maybe rescue this thing and get it up to that $200 or $300 price level. But either way, I paid almost virtually nothing for it. I paid $5 for this and a whole bunch of other stuff, so it's going to work out great no matter how it turns out. Okay, here's all the little Japanese dolls I bought. I bought these in 2 shoe boxes in a bag. I didn't know what they were. The guy I bought them from told me he thought they were valuable, but didn't really know much about them. So I did end up just buying them on the hunch that they look like good quality things and might be interesting investment to make. So I'm really glad I bought them. They turned out to be pretty cool. These are Hina Matsuri Dolls Days dolls from Japan. This is also called Girls' Day. It's a custom that goes back to the year 1625. And it is always on March 3rd of every year. And what they do is they set all these dolls up. It's usually a 7-layer platform that's covered in like a red velvet that you would display these on. I don't have that platform, but we do have all 15 dolls here. They are really nice quality. I'll get in close so we can take a look at some of them. And there's musicians in here and the helpers, and this would represent the emperor and empress of that dynasty and all their stuff. So after a little research, these do bring anywhere from $200 to $500 for the set. This set looks really good. From what I can see, I should be more in that $300 to $500 zone. So I initially spent $25 on them, and I do expect at least $300 out of this set. So really, really good investment. Got really lucky again this week. Okay, here we have the big pile of toys. I bought all these toys with that Lego set for $5. And boy, I'm glad I did. This is my grand finale here. These things are great. This is Mask, made by Kenner in the 1980s, kind of early mid-80s era. It's kind of a Transformers kind of a toy. There's little figures, and all these vehicles convert into something else. Really great stuff here. These things are really, really, really collectible and valuable. This stuff new in the box is insane money, but even these loose ones can bring really good money. I am about $5 in these. I do expect this entire set of stuff, and I'm being conservative, will bring at least $700 or $800, possibly even more. So, holy cow, what a find. You see those old toys, scoop them up, no telling what you're going to find. What a week! I gotta say, when I drug all this stuff home this week, I didn't think it was this good. I really thought it was not that great, to be honest. So, but it just goes to show the surprises can be anywhere. I got really lucky with my electronics, and hell, really lucky on a whole bunch of stuff this week. So in total, I spent $170 on all the items that we saw. And I expect the retail number, and I'm being on the low side of what I expect, is going to be a whopping $2,000 worth of stuff I'm going to be able to sell. And there's a potential in there for as much as another $500 in profit if some of these things go really well. We'll have to wait and see when I sell them. But regardless, I think 2,000 is the bottom end number, and what a smoking hot week. I cannot wait for the next weekend. I can't wait to see what else I can dig out of the trash. This is getting fun. So I'll see you next week with a brand new pile.